mic wasn't plugged in. So I'm gonna start doing a regularly scheduled um, my mic's hooked up. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, freaking mic wasn't hooked up. This is just mic's too high now. Come on. This is just the start of a schedule. Actually, I've decided I need to be more on schedule instead of just like random um live shows because number one, notifications suck, and that's why I did like a 15-minute intro type of thing because some people aren't getting notifications, 5, 10, 15. So I'm trying to keep up with the fact that y'all might be getting your notifications behind schedule. So set up the live show 15 minutes earlier, and let's say you get your notification 10 minutes after I go live. Guess what? You're still here early. So there you go. It's actually me and Joey who's in the chat. We talked about that earlier. I mean, if you go to other people's live show, everybody does it, and it's because of the same thing. Those notifications. So that's just why we did what we did. So we did our brackets. We did our first two regions today. So far so good. The only thing is, I need a. The only reason I'm saying this is because there's a limit on Facebook, Twitter, and everything on sharing. So as far as one person goes, so I have the voting set up 5 days per videos. I did 2 today, so the voting for today's videos will stop on Friday. I'll do 2 tomorrow. The voting on those 2 days will end on Saturday. 2 on Thursday, and that'll end on Sunday, and then 2 on Friday, or 2 on Thursday, and that'll end on Monday. You get the deal. 5 days per double video that I put out. So that's where we're at right now. And what I need y'all to do is I need y'all to share these, especially these vote ones, because we're trying to get a lot of votes. Because I want as many people to be heard. That's why I get on Facebook, and I'm a member of a crap ton. Let me move this camera up a little bit. That is bugging me. There we go. I am a member of a crap ton of Facebook groups, but I can only share my videos to like I don't know what the limit is. It's like 30 or 40 groups, and then it cuts me off. So I share to the max, and so I need y'all's help to share past what I can do. Every share is a potential vote, and growing the audience, growing the brand. I'm working with Joey. We're creating the website for Golden Blue Dude. It's www.goldenbluedude.com, all caps. So yeah, there's different things you got to do to grow the brand. It's once you get to a certain point, there's more to it than when you first start out. When you first start out, you're just trying to get eyeballs, and you're still trying to do that to some extent when your channel gets bigger and bigger. But you run into different sort of roadblocks and issues and problems that you have to solve. So that's just one of those things that you when you reach a certain size, you need more help from your subscribers, to build the base, to build the brand. So that's where I'm at. I just simply put, I just need y'all's help in sharing these videos. You guys are great at being active. the comments, the super chats, everything. Awesome, amazing, no complaints. I just need some help with sharing these videos. Most people know how to do it, but if you're not familiar with how to share my videos, very simple. You click on the video. In the upper right portion of the screen is an arrow that's kind of swooped. You hit that arrow and then hit copy, and then you can plaster that bad boy anywhere you can think of. Facebook, Twitter, wherever. So yeah, I share 40 Facebook groups a day. Tomorrow I'll do it again. Twitter, Instagram, anywhere that I have a social media platform, that's where I'm sharing. So that's how we do it. And if I could do it all myself and share to a million Facebook groups and a million platforms, I would. But they start considering that spamming by one person. Luckily, I haven't gotten banned, but they do limit the amount that you can do. So right now, seriously, I literally cannot share anymore on Facebook until tomorrow, because that's just the way it goes. And that's pretty normal. It's I don't have anything bad to say about Facebook or anything like that. That's pretty normal. They're controlling the spammers that are out there. But that's why I'm reaching out to you guys, because I need your help. Now, as far as the actual votes going, it's going great. I love it. You guys are interacting tremendously. I've gotten a lot of votes on both videos so far. We've done Region 1, Region 2. Tomorrow we'll do Region 3 and Region 4, and then Wednesday 5, 6, Thursday 7, 8. And then starting on Tuesday, we'll move to round 2. Now, it's not going to be that spaced out for each round, because you got to remember, as each round goes by, the number of games shrink. So you won't have to wait, 4 or 5 days till the next round. It's just there's so many, because I'm doing all 130, and that's actually an extra round than what the normal NCAA tournament has. So it's it's a lot of flipping games. Not games, brackets. They're not games. It's not an actual game. It's voting on brackets. But I keep saying games. Even when I'm recording my videos, I have to stop, edit out games, because I keep saying games, because I'm used to saying it. But anyways, it's a lot of matchups is my point. I think it's in the first round. It's over. I think it's like 66 matchups and that's just in the first round. So, but we got it done with the help of you guys. You guys seeded them for me. That was going to be a big issue, because I didn't want to base the brackets on where I thought each team would be. So I handed it off to you guys. You guys voted, and once they're seeded, brackets are easy to do. All I did was follow the one line, write them down, and just kept rotating and rotating. And I didn't try to make sure somebody got matched up how it fell. And I think one of the awesome matchups that happened is Florida State. I don't know which region that's in, but when I saw that one pop up, I was like, didn't do it on purpose, but that's an awesome matchup. I like it. I'm going to be whenever I put that video out and I share it to my Florida and Florida State fan bases, that's going to be a war, guys. That is going to be a war. I'm already getting, whenever I put out the general bracket video, which was the day before yesterday, I'm already getting a lot of Florida State fans telling me, we're gonna spank Florida, or we're gonna wax Florida State right out of the building, stuff like that. So that's gonna be an intense one. I look forward to looking at the comments and the voting on that. But these first two videos, not a crap ton of views, but the views that I'm getting, you guys are being very, very active. I can almost say that at least 50% of the people that are watching are voting. I wish it was 100%, but you can't guarantee that. So at least I know the people that do watch it, it's entertaining enough to where they want to vote. They want this team to go to the next round. And you got to realize it's not just who you want to go to the next round. Some of these votings are who they don't want to go to the next round. Case in point, and this was very evident in just the seedings. Even in the brackets where, let's say, in the brackets where there's no Georgia Tech, okay, but Georgia's in there. Well, Tech fans are going to get on there and vote for the team that's against Georgia, and that's how Georgia ended up with the last place seeding in the SEC, because Sea-Dog hates Georgia so much that he super chatted them right into last place. So yeah. But we're in the process of, and I got to give a big shout out to Joey Foster. He is in the comments. He's helping me set up a lot of things because he understands that I can't do everything. A lot of people don't realize I'm a one-man show. Seriously, I think of this stuff, I write this stuff, I shoot this stuff, I edit this stuff, and I promote this stuff. This is, as far as right this moment, I'm doing it. You're looking at it. You're looking at the entire production of the show. Now, I have to give a lot of credit to my brothers. Ben, he's the one that got all this stuff to get me started, and he's helped tremendously. He has. And then earlier, whenever this thing first started getting started, whenever I was doing videos maybe 2 or 3 times a week, my brother Will, he was helping me edit and all that stuff. But, they have lives, they have jobs, so they don't have the time it takes to put into this. So, yeah, I'm a one-man show. So Joey is helping me. We're setting up the website. Don't forget to check it out, goldandbluedude.com. And we're going to set up PayPal through that, Cash App through that. That way, we have a source of revenue that YouTube cannot touch. I thought that Super Chats was that, but if you do a Super Chat through YouTube, they actually get 40% of that. I wasn't aware that it was that big of a chunk, but yeah, it is. Still appreciate it, guys. Seriously, 100%. And right now, every bit of the money that I'm making is going back into the show. But we're trying to set up alternate ways for the show to gain revenue without YouTube getting a big cut out of it. So that's what we're working on right now. But you guys, I would say, because we're not a big channel yet. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, so we're still a fairly small channel. And for the size of this channel is, you guys are very active. Show up for the live shows, comment in the comment section, and I think I have the best subscriber base out of anybody, for sure. I think that my channel has somehow filtered through all the other channels, and I have gotten the best of the best subscribers, and over 1,000 of them. That's pretty good when you have over 1,000 of the best subscribers. And me and Joey were talking earlier. Fair warning, this is going to be a West Virginia comment, but I've been doing research about West Virginia fan-based YouTube channels, and there's a bunch of West Virginia channels out there, but not very many fan-based West Virginia channels. Like, I think this is the biggest West Virginia fan base. And that's not bragging or anything like that, because there's just not that many out there. But the ones that are bigger are like they're either university based, or they're actually putting out the actual shows. There's this one channel. I'm not going to shout it out until he gives me consent to. I don't want to cross that line or anything. But there's this one channel that puts out actual replays of West Virginia games. Of course, he doesn't make any money because that's copyrighted, but it's a decent channel. And if I ever miss a game, I go straight to his channel and watch the recap. So it's awesome. All right, so let's see who's in the chat. We have. I'm gonna scroll all the way up so I don't miss anybody. We have, of course, Joey Foster is in the house. He's got my back. Wisconsin fan. Let's see. Basketball Legend is in the house. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. You guys are commenting a lot, by the way. Mike Vick is in the house. Reese is in the house. Yes, please hit the like button. That helps with the algorithm. That's not just to stroke my ego or anything like that. No, it helps with the, and it gets this video suggested to more people. That way more people can come watch and interact. So Michael Vick in the house. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? Brent Jones. What's going on, bud? He's in the house. If you're watching and you want me to shout you out, just leave a comment in the comment section and I'll be glad to, no problem. But yeah, so far so good with the first round brackets. The only thing is I'm trying to figure out, whenever this thing gets down to I don't know, maybe the Sweet 16 or Elite 8, maybe Final 4, I don't know, incorporate a way for Super Chats to be able to make the same impact that they did in the seedings. Because the thing is, I don't want to do the same rules for the actual brackets because I'm trying to get, more people to come see us, to get involved, to vote and stuff. And so if I use the same rule for the super chat for the brackets, then people would trump that, and the new guys would be like, well, then why am I here? Why did I vote? Because all these guys are super chatting. My vote really doesn't matter because the super chat trumps that. So that's why right now, as far as super chat, I mean, I still appreciate super chats. Y'all know that. But as far as affecting the vote, I can't do that right at this second. Jim Hamrick's in the house. He's actually, if you look at Jim's name, he's got the GB logo. He's actually a member of the Patreon page. Don't forget to check out the Golden Blue Dude Patreon page. So he's been a subscriber for a long time. I don't remember the exact subscriber count that I had whenever Jim jumped on board. Maybe he remembers, but I'm pretty sure it was at least under 200. It could be under 100. He might have been with this thing before I hit 100 subs. I'm not 100% sure on that. If he remembers and wants to share that, by all means do it. But I know for a fact that Jim's been here a very, very long time. Scott is usually in the chat room when he stops by. Scott's been with me that long too, because I've been a member of Big 12 groups for a long time because, my team in West Virginia in the Big 12. And before I started the channel, of course, I kept up with all things Big 12 on Facebook. Well, Scott was a member of one of those groups, and that's where I was posting my videos to start things out. And he was one of the first that jumped on board. So, yeah, we got some OGs in the house. But here's the thing. If y'all stay with this, in a couple years when this thing's growing, you guys will be considered OGs, because this, if this thing keeps going the way I hope it does, and I'm here, another, I'll say 30, 40 years, I have high expectations for this thing. Yeah, this would definitely be OG territory for anybody subscriber right now. Jim says, I think it was in the 60s. I believe that 100%. I knew it was way, way, way back there. So this guy in the chat, Jim Hamrick, he has been with me since probably month 1 or month 2. He jumped on board when my subscriber base was under 100 in the 60s. I knew it was back there. I didn't know it was that far back there, but yeah, that really doesn't surprise me all that much. Reese says, I remember how many subs you had when I found your channel. You had 749. See, everybody, that's the great thing about the size I'm at right now. Everybody has a story right now. Every single one of you has a story of when you hit that subscribe button, what my subscriber count was. And that's nothing that anybody can take away from you. So be proud of it. You were that, for Reese, he was that 750th subscriber. So I think that's pretty cool. And he remembered the exact number too. I like that. Basketball Legend says, it was when teams were getting seeded for March Madness. That's when I met you. Wisconsin fan says, I joined in the 8 or 900. So he's more recent, but still, that's still under 1,000. So it looks like people are wanting to share their story of when they hit that subscribe button to Golden Blue Dude. And I think that's pretty awesome. So y'all feel free. That's pretty cool. Yeah, what's your idea, Basketball Legend? I didn't get a chance to check on any of my updated emails for the day. So if anybody sent me any ideas or suggestions for today, I just haven't seen it. Sorry. I've been busy. I've been talking with Joey Foster about the new website, www.goldenbluedude.com, that we're setting up. It's going to have separate things, and I think we talked about it, that's going to be the platform where we're going to be able to sell the merchandise and stuff like that, because I know I've been talking about the merchandise, but actually setting up the store and ways to get it shipped to you and stuff like that, it's a whole different animal. So some of my subscribers are seeing the need that I have, because one person, guys, trying to figure all this out, and they're helping me out with that. And Joey says, I think about 400 for me, but I never commented. Don't feel bad, I didn't know anyone until recently. No, that's fine. I was the same way. Even when you hit the subscribe button, you don't really know the subscriber base all that well until, probably a month or two into it. Some people are more outgoing than others, like myself. Like, I'll get on a new channel, I'm typing right then, talking trash, whatever. Jojo Bugs, he's in the house. Dropping by for a minute to show some love and hit the like for your brother. Yes, I appreciate that. Jojo, we're sharing, this turned into share your subscriber story. People are telling round when they subscribed or what number the subscriber count was. Jim, if you scroll up, Jim, he was in the 60s. He subbed way in the beginning. Basketball Legend, he subbed near March Madness in the 8 or 900s. Joey subbed in the 400s. Michael Vick, he subbed right before the Slob Olympics, so he slid right under the 1,000 subscriber mark. So he's still in the original 1,000. That's what I'm going to call the guys that sub before the 1,000 subscriber mark. The original 1,000. I like it. Wisconsin. Oh yes, I remember that. Wisconsin fan. My first stream was the GBD March Madness bracket filling out. That was a crazy stream, guys. That was what I was not expecting, the success that I got from that stream. That stream, and when we're done here, go check it out. That stream got bigger than like BVD's, Mark Rogers, Uncle Lou, Pigskin Pete. That stream got big. At one point, we were at consistently between 250 and 290 viewers at one time. A big live show that's not like, national, like the news or whatever. It's good if it reaches 100, 150. That thing was peaking at around, I think it was like 289, I saw was the highest number. And it was staying steady between 250 and 272. When I got off the stream, I had 3,600 views from a live stream. That was nuts. So that's when Wisconsin fan found me and subbed me right on my biggest stream that I've ever had. And that was crazy. I don't know if I hit it very well, but whenever we saw them numbers pop, they were popping. I don't mean like climbing. Pop, pop, pop. It went from like 20 to 70 to 100. It was, and like my eyes were getting, I was trying to stay calm, like, I'm a pro. This happens all the time, no big deal. But inside of me, I'm like, oh my gosh, what in the world did I get myself into? I was not expecting this. And I don't know if y'all watched the live stream whenever I did the bracket fill outs. I was looking over at my brother and I was kind of like getting him to look at the numbers. I was like, what's going on, man? Like, this is crazy. And that was a great stream. That was a great stream. Not gonna lie. Wisconsin fan. That's a really that's one of my best memories so far with this channel, as far as how excited I got. Stuff. The better half of Edgum, I done lost it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. The better half of Joey Foster's in the house. Yvette Foster. Joey kind of drug her into this, so tap all caps if you're being held against your will in the comment section, Yvette. Just, quietly tap all caps if you're being held hostage. No, I hope y'all really do enjoy the shows. I mean, it does take a lot of work, but for me, I like doing this so much that it's really not all that much work. I do get burnt out. I'm not gonna lie, I do get burnt out every now and again, but I never get totally spent. I get, I don't know. I just like doing this so much that it's not work as far. Reese says, guys, whatever you don't watch the first few vids, they got way better. Yeah, they were, oh my gosh. Actually, I would encourage you to go back and watch the first videos if you want a good laugh. Like, if you want a good laugh and you like cringing, you should definitely go back and watch my first, 20 or 30 videos. For real, you should. As long as you're prepared to cringe, like, oh man, I kind of feel bad for this dude. Yeah, I would actually encourage y'all to go back and watch my first videos. They're pretty bad. And now Citrus AV. Hey Citrus, we've been talking about our story about, well, my story is number one. I was the first subscriber, but stories of when we subscribed. We got people that subscribed in the 60s. Jim Hamrick, not the 1960s, the 60s sub count. Jim subbed in the 60s. Wisconsin fan subbed in the 8 or 900s. Basketball Legend said he subbed in the 400s. Michael Vick subbed right before the Slob Olympics, which would be in the middle 900s, maybe a little bit later 900s. So y'all feel free to share, what number you remember or what time of the year it was whenever you hit that subscribe button. All right, so we're all good. Yvette says she's good, so she's not being held hostage. She's not being held hostage to comment and watch the show, but she is holding Joey hostage. Joey is saying, help, she's choking me. So, it actually went the opposite way. So, I didn't see that coming, guys. I didn't see it coming. Reese says, wonder who your first sub was. Well, whenever you create your own channel, you're really your own first sub. But after that, luckily for me, I had family support. Like, everybody was like, yeah, you need. So as far as who actually was the first subscriber after me, it's hard to tell. It could have been my wife. It could have been one of my kids. It could have been one of my brothers, my mom and dad. It was probably one of about, I'd say at least 19 or 20 people. Right off the bat, I had 20 subscribers because of family support. So as far as knowing who subbed when that early, I'm not sure. So safe to say it was one of my family members. But as far as the actual first subscriber, it's usually the creator, the content creator. It's just how it goes. Citrus says, have you seen SGI's new Reality Matter video he is starting to do? No, I have not. And Citrus says, I think I subbed when you had about 300 subs, and it was just over a year ago. Yes. If you subbed in the 300s, then you would have subbed in, that would have been around August 2020, either July or August 2020, possibly September 2020. And I'll go ahead and I can already remember Sea Dogs. Sea Dog, he subscribed. I did a show for Pigskin Pete. Uh, Keep in mind, if you ever want to start a YouTube channel, networking is important. Reach out to other YouTube channels, have them come on your show, and you go on their show. That is a great idea. So if you ever are thinking of starting a YouTube channel, make sure to network. Reach out to me, whoever. It's part of the deal. But anyways, Pigskin Pete let me fill in for Uncle Lou on the Lunch Money Show. As far as this was, the Lunch Money Show is like picking against the spread. And I don't know if y'all are aware of this, even though I've bragged about it all the time. So you probably are. I've been 70% against the spread in the past 2 years. So I went on his the Lunch Money Show to fill in for Uncle Lou on Pigskin Pete, and that's when Sea Dogs saw me, and he hit the subscribe button. So I think he subscribed in the 600s. So I already know his subscribe story. That was pretty cool. And it's whenever you're this far along, it's nice to remember each point. Like, man, I remember when this happened, like the Pigskin Pete thing, when I went on the Lunch Money Show. I remember when it happened. I think I was in the late 500s. I know for a fact that's whenever I got Sea Dog first subscriber. I gained a few more, but they really didn't, reach out right at the time, so I'm not sure what their names are. But you remember each little thing, like the Slob Olympics. That's what really pushed me over the top. Once again, special shout out to BVD and Uncle Lou. That idea of the Slob Olympics helped me out so much. I think I was at like 965, and it just got me over the 1,000 subscriber mark. And it helped a lot of YouTube channels, actually. Everybody that went there gained subscribers. It was an awesome deal, and they sacrificed their time and their money. I mean, we all went and used our time and money, but they came up with the idea. And the big dogs like Uncle Lou, they didn't really get the type of reward that us smaller channels got. So to me, I consider that a sacrifice, and I still thank Uncle Lou and BVD and Pigskin Pete and all those guys for getting that thing done. It was awesome. What was your hold on. I didn't see your comment. Hold on, let me do it on my phone. But yeah, they hold on, let me scroll up. No NCAA in it. Huh? No NCAA in what? Basketball Legend. It was when teams were getting seeded for March Madness. That's when I met. Oh, okay, yeah. So you were part of that big. I saw that one. Hold on, let me see if I see the one after that. I didn't. You're gonna have to retype your good idea, Basketball Legend. I didn't see it. I didn't see what your actual question was. Marshall, I am so glad you're here, Marshall. We've been talking about the subscriber stories. I know you're one of the earlier subscribers. Share either around what time of the year and what actual year it was when you subscribed, or if you can remember the subscriber count when you hit the subscribe button. That would be awesome, because I know you are an OG subscriber, and that would be a cool little story if you want to share it. I am really you and Scott. You Scott and Jim, big time, like before 100. So yeah. JoJo says, so I subbed to you during the Slob Olympics. You still slid under the 1,000 subscriber mark, because I didn't hit that thing until 2 days after the Slob Olympics. So you are still part of the original 1,000. You slid in there right under the tag. It's pretty cool. Yes, Jim is correct. SG1 manages Mark Rogers channels, which is like 19. And when we say channels, I mean it's like specific Miami channels, Clemson channels, Oklahoma, stuff like that. He has a channel for each team, and as far as the 19, and each channel has probably between 2,000 and 7,000. Just depends on uh, how supportive the fan base is. Uh, Basketball Legend, I didn't see your question. Can you retype your question? I did not see it. Because I got rambling on to something. So share your idea again. I didn't see it. I apologize. Sometimes I get into my stories and I'm not even looking at the chats whenever I'm deep into my story. He says at the end of football season, put 68 teams in March Madness bracket for football. For their record, we vote, and as long as they were bowl eligible or just below, they are in and vote on seedings. That's not a bad idea. Um, I might do that at the end of next year and see how that. No NCAA just voting. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Uh, yeah, I have to think about that. There's a lot. There's a lot of things that would have to go in that because you have to look at. You'd have to look at Power Five versus Group of Five as well. So I'd have to figure out some type of algorithm to get that. But yeah, that would probably be doable. But I'm glad everybody is able to be able to share, even if you don't remember precisely when you sub, you remember in general. And when you're building your channel like this, it is cool to be able to hear people's stories, and you can almost be back in that moment when it happened. Like whenever Jim said he subbed in the '60s, I can be in that moment when I was that was definitely when I was still doing the bad videos, and he still hit the subscribe button. I mean that is an OG of the OG right there. He hit the subscribe button when I was still doing bad videos. So if you're a subscriber, you should definitely go back and watch some of my first videos. It is pretty bad, like laughable, cringy, bad, terrible. But you figure it out, you get better, and even what I'm doing now, the videos that I'm putting out now, probably a year from now, I'm gonna look back and be like, man, that was not as good as what I really thought it was. I thought I was putting out some good videos, but knowing what I know now, those were not good videos. I mean, that's just the way it goes. The longer it goes, the more you learn about stuff. You just you figure out better ways to do things, and just different tricks. Like even types of cameras we used. We bought this one camera that was horrible, but we didn't know because that's what we were using. So we thought it was decent, and then we switched over to this other phone. We just started doing it. We just should have started from the beginning with the phone because the phone was way better than the other camera, but we didn't know. We had never done this before, and that's like what Uncle Lou says whenever people ask for his advice on making videos. Like, what kind of camera do you use? What kind of mic do you use? When you're starting a channel, don't worry about that stuff. Use your phone. I still use my phone. I do live shows with my laptop and my mic. I'm starting to use this mic for regular videos as well. It does have better sound, and I don't have to shout as much. So it's little things that you pick up on the way, and it's a learning process because there is you can't be where you want to be right off the bat, and that's what stops people from starting their own YouTube channel. They're scared that they're not going to be exactly the way they want to be right off the bat. Well, guess what? You're not. But you have to start still. I mean, if you're waiting for that moment to, okay, I'm ready. I think I'm going to put out a product that's going to get 1,000 subs right off the bat. Then you're never going to get started because that moment will never happen. You just have to bite the bullet, take the leap of faith, and just start. Just start. Make that first terrible, awful video. Get it out of the way. And then you'll look at that, you'll be like, all right, I know how I messed up here. I know what I need to do better. I'm going to do this and that. You can't get better unless you make that first awful video. So, just do it. That's my best advice if you ever want to start a YouTube channel. Just go ahead and do that first awful video because it's going to happen. I still have some videos that I put out that I'm like, it's not totally satisfied with it, but you just got to roll with it sometimes. Yeah, I'm working on a 4K camera. I would have to do it in a way where I could do it maybe once a week because the uploading would take so long where I live. So I wouldn't be, if I did 4K every single video, I wouldn't be able to keep up with the everyday the everyday schedule. So, Citrus says, getting to 1K subs on my aviation channel took 1.5 years of grinding. Yeah. That's about how long it took me. Thank you, Basketball Legend, with the $1.99 super chat. He says, I'm your #1 fan, bro. I appreciate that. I need a #1 fan sometimes. It does wear you out sometimes. Seriously, it does. Citrus says a West Virginia Nebraska game in '93 would have rocked. Yeah, the problem is it happened in '94 after West Virginia lost a lot of talent, and that was the year when Nebraska was an unstoppable machine. So the final score was like 31-0 in favor of Nebraska. But yeah, if that game would have happened a year earlier, it would have probably been at least a little bit closer. Man, that was awful. That was a kickoff game. I remember that game because we had just came off our undefeated season, and we lost in the Sugar Bowl to Florida. I think it was 41-7. If we would have beat Florida, we would have had a share of a national championship. And so we were coming off that year, going into '94, and we just got killed by Nebraska, 31-0. West Virginia did not score a single point. I think Nebraska ran a punt back or something like that. That was not a good game to watch for a West Virginia fan. I'm sure it was for a Nebraska fan because y'all looked really good against us. Yeah, the 2007 season, I don't know if we'll ever see a season like that. I did a video on that. I know y'all watched it. I think I counted, what was it? I think it was like 15 5 upsets. Teams that were in the top 5 in the polls, they got upset 15 times in 2007. 6 of the #2 teams were victims. 6 #2 teams lost that year to teams that were either non-ranked or lowly ranked. It was crazy. That was, but top 5 teams, overall, 16. I think it was 16 was the number. 16 of them lost. It's crazy. I didn't even know that until I did the actual video and I did the research. It was unbelievable. I was even taken back because I knew how crazy that season was. I lived it. But whenever you actually do the research and you see how many teams that were ranked in the top 5 during the course of the season get knocked out, and Cal, they were all the way up to #2, and whenever they lost, who was it to? Oregon State, I think. Their season went to crap. They went from #2 in the nation to going 7-6 that year. And then, same thing happened to South Florida. They beat I think it was #5 West Virginia at the time. And then 2 weeks later, they got up to the #2 spot. And they got beat by Rutgers. And they ended up having a not so great season. I think they finished season 8-4, which it's not as bad as 7-6, but yeah, not good at all. Uh, they went from number 2 and to non-ranked and finished the season non-ranked. It was bad, unbelievable, and unfortunately, the last victim just had to be West Virginia, number 2 in the nation. Played that team that we hate so much, and me and Joey were talking earlier about that, and a lot of people, and this is what I was telling Joey too. The thing that me and fellow West Virginia fans don't agree on is grudges. Like, a lot of West Virginia fans hold grudges and they can't stand someone because something happened. And me and Joey were talking, and I was like, that because people aren't understanding that football, sports in general, is a business. Even the thing with Rich Rod, people don't know the real reason why Rich Rod left in 2007. It wasn't because, Michigan was just paying him all that much more money. Rich Rodriguez wanted more money for his assistant coaches. I didn't know how much, but Joey told me it was only $50,000 more total for his assistant coaches, and West Virginia wouldn't pony up. And they think that Rich Rod threw the game against Pitt. I admit the play calling was questionable, but Pat White and Steve Slayton, our two best running threats, our two best players on the whole team, were injured. He had to call a different style of play. They were injured. And West Virginia had a really good defense. The final score was 13-9. The problem wasn't West Virginia's defense, it was our offense, and it was because our two top stars were injured. But because of that game, and because Rich Rod left West Virginia to go to Michigan the next year, without digging the facts, without realizing what happened, West Virginia fans now hold a grudge against Rich Rodriguez for stuff that they have no idea what they're talking about. But that's the way our fan base is. One little thing, and they hate that person forever. We'll never forgive them. Not welcome. Disowned. Basketball legend with another super chat. Can this make Memphis win their first game in the tournament? Are you meaning in the brackets? The brackets that I made? Let me see. Oh, the bet's in the house. Now it's a party. Now it's a party. The bet is in the house. Hold on, let me see what's Memphis. I forget who they got seeded against. I know they were either a number 1 or a number 2 seed. Oh yeah, they were honestly, I don't think you have to worry about Memphis not getting to the second round because they're matched up against Pitt, and West Virginia fans will make sure that Pitt does not get voted into the second round. Trust me, I'm a member of a ton of West Virginia Facebook groups, and whenever I post this, I will make sure they know what's up, and they will make sure to bury Pitt. And it just so happens the team that is against Pitt is Memphis. So I promise you Memphis is safe. But what I can do is I'll try to, in the future, if I come up with something like this, I'll try to mark you down as the first say as far as an advantage. But right now, I'm not going to use super chats to influence the bracket vote because I just want. I might be able to. What I might be able to do is I might be able to count it for more votes. Maybe I'll give you 5 votes instead of making them like automatically go to the next round. I'll give you like an extra 5 votes. So we'll do it like that. How about that? The 8 or 9 seed that might end up playing Memphis. I I keep saying playing. These are not real games. That might get matched up against Memphis. That would be... the 8-9 matchup is the 8 seed Michigan against the 9 seed Western Kentucky. Alright, so how about this? I think this is turning into a bracket discussion of the brackets that have already happened. So that's what we'll turn this into. I'm just following the lead on the conversation. So, y'all, if y'all have some questions about the brackets that I put out, now's the time to let me know, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. So, Citra says, how do we go and fill out these brackets? Well, I don't know if you could pull it up on your computer whenever I put out whenever I put out videos. I don't know if you have one of those computers where you can freeze it and print whatever's on your screen. But if you can't, then you're going to have to just do it by hand, and that's how I did it. So, I mean, it's not that hard to do, honestly. All you do is number 1 to 16. And, of course, in my lives, in my regular videos that I'm putting out, I give you the seedings, so you can write each seeding, and if you want to fill them out, you can fill them out. The Region 1 is the very first, if you're looking at it, it's going to be the top left. And then Region 2 will be under that. Region 3 will be under that. Region 4. And then Region 5 will go to the right side and like that. So if you're wondering how the brackets are coming together, we start on the left side. Now if you're watching the screen, it's actually on your right. But flip me around in your head. Left side starts with Region 1, under that 2, under that 3, under that 4, and then you start on the other side with 5, 6, 7, 8. So you'll just have to follow it like that. Yes, I am going to count Super Chats for 5 votes for the regular brackets. I just don't want Super Chats to be an automatic thing when it comes to the real brackets, because that would be discouraging, people in the Facebook groups and stuff like that that don't want to Super Chat from voting at all. So, yeah, we'll count it as 5 votes. So, I haven't even put out the Memphis video yet, so I'll count it as 5 votes before it even goes out. So, Memphis is off to 5 votes against Pitt. I like it. I am cool with that. The bet, we are talking about the brackets that I've made up for the 130 FBS logos. Now, we've already seeded them because that's what the live shows were about. I did live shows, and I had people vote, conference by conference, ranked them 1 to last. That's done. So I made the brackets, and now I've put out videos. I've already done Region 1 and Region 2, and now people are voting on the actual rounds as far as matchups. And it's actually going really well. So, whenever you're done with this, the bet, go and check out my videos on Region 1 and Region 2, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So, Region 1 and Region 2, you'll see what I'm talking about as far as what we're talking about, the actual brackets. Wisconsin fan says, here's a proposal for GBD to think about. You put a 5-minute timer on for each topic, and each person brings a NCAA topic to the board. A super chat adds how much ever money you donate in time. 99 cents equals 1 minute. I like that idea. I'm actually open to that idea. I like it. And Basketball Legend wants another 5 votes to go to Memphis. He wants to bury Pitt. I'm okay with that. And Joey says, I can work on getting it on the website, but it will be hard. I think I will have them on there in the next round. Just don't overdo it, Joey. I know you're in the process of moving and stuff. If you can do it, and still, do the regular stuff you got going on, that's fine. But don't let it take away from the regular stuff you're doing. If you can't do it, if you don't have the time to do it, don't worry about it. We're figuring this out as we go. And honestly, even though we haven't gotten a crap ton of views on the actual videos, the voting has been tremendous. The people that have watched, for the most part, have been voting. So I'm very satisfied and pleased about that. So, and yeah, all West Virginia fans are thanking Basketball Legend because we want Pitt out of the brackets as soon as possible. So, the sooner the better. We'll all be okay with that. So, yeah, I think everybody's liking that idea too. So, we'll do that. And I got my phone too. So, if you want me to talk about a particular topic, super chat the topic. And for each dollar that you super chat equals 1 minute. So, let's say you super chat $1.99 and you want to talk about, Georgia's football season. Well, $1.99, that's close enough to $2. So I would talk about Georgia's 2021 season for 2 minutes. So $1 equals 1 minute. Whatever topic, as long as it's appropriate. I'm not going to talk about stuff that's going to get us kicked off or nonsense, stuff like that. It's got to be college football related or college basketball related. How about that? College football, college basketball related. $1 equals 1 minute. And when I say 1 minute, I don't mean like me sitting here going, I don't know, no, I'll actually talk about it and give you my actual input. So, yeah, I like that idea. And, we'll do that. Basketball Legend says, can Super Chats negative the votes for a team? So, you mean take away votes for a team? I don't think I'm going to go that far yet. We'll see how this goes like that. But I think 5 votes. I might actually adjust that too. So we'll say a super chat, and I'll go ahead and count yours because we already did that before. But from now on, how about whenever you super chat, as far as the brackets right now, each dollar gives you 3 extra votes. Now you got your extra 10 already, Basketball Legend. That's already agreed to it, so it's done. But I'm not gonna go as far as saying it'll take away votes. I mean, that would, you might as well super chat for the other team. You would give them the votes instead. I mean, it would even out. So as far as the regular brackets go, $1 equals 3 votes. So if you do $1 super chat, that's 3 votes for the team you want. $2 would be 6 votes. The higher, the higher, the higher. You get the point. So yeah, we'll do it like that. I like it. The bet says, what movie you watching in the background? Well, I just forgot to turn down my TV. My kids were in here. Whenever they go to bed, they sort of start calming down. So they wanted to hang out with us for a little bit, and they were watching SpongeBob. So it's still on Nickelodeon. So it's not really a movie. It's just one of those loud cartoons that kids like these days. Have y'all noticed that? Cartoons that kids like these days are like super loud in your face. It's not calm like it used to be. Back in the day, like the loudest thing was Looney Tunes, and it wasn't even that loud. But these days, SpongeBob is super in your face loud. Loud House super loud in your face. Everything is. All the cartoons are like super flamboyant, energetic, in your face, loud. It's like they want to get your kids pumped up, and they want your kids to get on your nerves. It's like that's their goal, their point. So yeah, uh, that's what we're watching, sort of. We just never turned the TV. Basketball Legend says, so I've sent $4. So can you talk about Memphis football for 4 minutes? So did you? Well, hold on. Before I answer that, so does that mean you don't want the votes to go? I can't do both. Um, either, or you can split it. Either way, it's up to you. You want me to talk about Memphis football, or do you want it to count for the votes? I don't mind. I don't mind either way, but it's got to be one or the other. I don't mind, or you can split it if you want to do that. You did $4, so that would mean, well, two of them were for the votes. So what I could do is count the two for the votes, which would still be 10, and the $1.99, and I can talk for 2 minutes about Memphis football. Let me get the timer going. Hold on. I can do 2 minutes since you did the one earlier. All right. So the two chats, the 2.99 cent chats that you sent, that will still be the 10 votes, and then I can talk about Memphis football for 2 minutes. How about that? I'm trying to make sure I start even. Oh, we're almost right at 10 o'clock too. All right, so I pulled up Memphis's football schedule real quick. So here's their football schedule for 2021. Of course, they have their spring game. That's going to be on the 16th. Then they open this season. Looks like a home game against Nichols. That'll be an easy win. Then they got a road trip to Arkansas State. Arkansas State, they're an up-and-coming team. I don't know if they still have Chad Morris or not. I'm wanting to say yes, but I could be wrong on that. That's going to be a tough road game to start off with. But I think it's very, very winnable. I think Memphis can win that game. And Mississippi State at home. That's going to be tough because, Mike Leach and the air raid offense, it is going to be at home. That will help. But Mississippi State does travel well. And the problem with Memphis is their home games, they don't sell out very much at all. If you watch a Memphis game on TV or in person, you'll see that most of the time it's either half to three-quarters full. I mean, it is a 60,000 seat stadium, and Memphis is a smaller football fan base. Now, basketball, completely different story. But football, it's basis. And, Memphis is close to the Mississippi border. So I expect Mississippi State fans going to make that trip. So we could be looking at, anywhere from a third to at least a quarter of the stadium being filled with Mississippi State fans. I think that's a loss for Memphis. I don't think Memphis's defense is going to be good enough for that. Of course, their offense will probably be able to keep up with Mississippi State, but I think the difference in that game will be Mississippi State's defense. So that puts Memphis at 2-1 right there. Then they get UTSA at home. Another tough game. If you looked at UTSA's team from last year, they were actually one of the better up-and-coming group of 5 teams. I have UTSA going possibly 8-4, so I'll give that a half. So we're still sitting at 2-1 with the half hanging. At Temple, Temple's not going to be any good, so that's 3-1. At Tulsa, there's your other half. No, that's going to be a loss. Tulsa, that defense Tulsa has is epic right now. So we're looking at 3-2 right now. Navy at home, that'll be a win. At UCF, they did lose their coach and their AD, but I think UCF has enough coming back to where they will beat Memphis, and it is at home. So we're looking at 3-3 right there. SMU at home, that is a win.
SMU loses a ton. East Carolina, that's a win. East Carolina is in the crapper right now. Uh, Butch Jones, that's who I was thinking of. My bad. Butch Jones. Yeah, good call. But we're at 5-3 now, and then at Houston, Dana Holgerson probably will be fired after this year at Houston. That team is going south, and it is going south fast. So that's 6-3, and then Tulane at home. I think that could be a win, but Tulane is a very up and down, tricky team to deal with. Last year we saw games where Tulane was just horrific, and then games where they were just really, really good. That is at the end of the season. I think Memphis develops throughout the season. So I think Memphis is looking at an 8-4 record, and I think that game at Arkansas State could depend on if y'all win that game at Arkansas State. I think Memphis has a 10-win season. That's how important. That's how important I think that. That's how important I think that game is at Arkansas State. So if they win at I'll put it like this: if they win at Arkansas State, I think they have a 10-win season. If they lose at Arkansas State, I think they go 8-4. So that's my general thoughts. And that was actually 5 minutes. Oh well. Wisconsin Fan 100 says, what I'm saying is each person in the chat puts a topic on the table, okay, and you set a 5-minute timer for each topic, okay. I did not realize that. So, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Memphis has a 10-win season. I just don't see them beating Mississippi State or Tulsa. And UCF, that one's up in the air. So, the three games that will determine your season are Mississippi State, Tulsa, and UCF. Problem is, two of those are on the road, Tulsa and UCF. And then, of course, Mississippi State, that's a home game, but Mississippi State's right across the border, and Memphis doesn't fill their stadium to capacity except on very rare occasions. So, at least a third of that stadium might be in maroon or burgundy or whatever else they want to call that color they wear. Basketball Legend says Tulsa is trash. No, they are not, actually. I have to disagree with that. Last year, Tulsa went to the AAC championship. Didn't get to play Cincinnati, but they were going to play Cincinnati. They almost beat Oklahoma State. So I think Tulsa is going to be, and they didn't lose much this year. So Tulsa will be a contender in the AAC. The good news for Memphis is they don't draw Cincinnati this year. That does help you. But you go on the road to Tulsa and on the road to UCF, and UCF has enough pieces to come back to beat Memphis. I'm not saying Memphis can't beat UCF; they can. But what I am saying is, even though Josh Heupel is gone, UCF has enough pieces coming back to where they can most certainly beat Memphis. Um, Mississippi State is one of the worst teams in the SEC. Yeah, but they also beat, if you watched them last year, especially early in the season, they beat teams that they weren't supposed to beat. And unfortunately, this will be early in the season, and I'm not sure that y'all will be able to adjust the way Mike Leach calls a game. I'm not saying that Mississippi State will beat y'all or that they're unbeatable. I'm just saying I don't know. That's going to be a tough. That's going to be a tough order. That's going to be one of those games that determines if Memphis is going to have 10 wins or not. We'll see. Personally, I'm leaning towards Mississippi State, but it wouldn't completely shock me if Memphis won that game. Well, guys, it's time for me to get off here. But I'm going to start doing regularly scheduled live shows like this. So we'll definitely do Monday nights at 9 p.m. And the other night will probably be Friday nights at 9 p.m. So we will we will figure out if we want to do more than that. But for right now, The schedule is for sure Monday nights at 9 p.m. and Friday nights at 9 p.m. And of course, I appreciate everybody that stops by and is active in the chats. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. And for this week, since the brackets are a big deal this week, I might do more live shows. But after all this, the actual schedule will be Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all stopping by. The Bet, basketball legend, Wisconsin fan, Jim, Wisconsin fan, Joey, Yvette, all you guys, I appreciate you. Come back and see me probably either tomorrow evening or it might be Wednesday because we got some practices going on. So, y'all come back and see me. I appreciate y'all's support. Don't forget to share my bracket videos. Those things are the ones that need exposure right now because we need people to actually vote. The more votes we get in, the more successful the brackets will be. So if y'all could do that, I would appreciate that as well.